Hello and welcome to 7 May 2025, the Wednesday edition. Wow, we are just all over the place, but I remembered to unmute myself. Thanks, God, forgotten it, but getting it into my brain holes to check. The boys want snacks. They don't know yet that I'm going to make them wait at least 10 minutes, and I'm going to yammer. Sucks to not have opposable thumbs. Hello, welcome to the circus. I am your host, Phoenix Electra. Right now we've been doing a lot of sewing content as my brain prepares plans for spectacular creations, amazing acts, death-defying feats, all the good things. But, alas, I need pretty things to wear while working on such things. Hey, boys, stop that horrible yelling! The menagerie is malcontented. Oi, oi, oi. But, so today I thought, Phoenix, why don't we do something special and go through your collection of old feet and attachments? And I said, Self, that is a brilliant idea. And in my treasure trove of vintage parts, I have this grist automatic overcaster. And you say to yourself, Phoenix, what is an overcaster? And why might I be interested in this tool? Well, let me tell you, I need to put this tool in the title for search purposes because there's only 2 or 3 possible videos with this attachment. Finding the instruction manual PDF, I'm going to have to look at Ismax because, yeah. So I was able to, through some scouring and searching of places, found the patent for it, but not the original manual. And I thought it was in my collection, but I have not laid my fingers on it. And I don't think it's either of these two, but I hate... No, this is for the attachment box. And this one, oh right, this is actually the original manual for this machine. Form 7160, July 10, 1899. I don't think this was printed in 1899, but well, I don't know, but regardless, these live in this drawer and I don't touch them. They're so crinkly and funny. There's no... And that drawer's a little dusty. Okay, sip of beverage. And beneath me is other attachments, but when I was going through the manuals, this one was not in there. So, where was I? And additional, oh yeah, the videos. There's not very many people using this, and what videos I did see available are, I think one was 3, one was 6. They're not new. Oh, right. So I was talking about this first, the overcaster. So you say, Phoenix, why would one want an overcaster? And I can pretty much guarantee if you have a modern t-shirt and you see how at the edges where it's attached, the 2 pieces become one because they're sewn over the edges of each other. That's the overlocking or overcasting. Or a serger or something. There's lots of there's other tools that do this, but back in the day when you only had straight stitch machines, they developed tools to manipulate the fabric because this tool moves the fabric from side to side because the needle only goes straight, versus in modern machines the needle is able to go back and forth to make your zigzag stitches. Okay, more technical than, well, regardless, it's what is necessary. And that type of stitching is super helpful when you do stretchy, what we call like four-way knits, stuff that stretches, athletic material, t-shirts, all sorts, a lot of different things. And a couple weeks ago, I went to the Goodwill and found a yard and a half of this. Like, reminds me a little bit of a paisley style soft, and I cut it up into a dress. We're gonna stitch it together, then use the overcaster to finish the seams. And finishing seams helps increase the longevity of a garment because where things are attached, there's no raw fabric to rub on itself when it's being laundered or worn or what have you. All right, I need a ballpoint needle because it's not that Phoenix doesn't change her needles. It's that I change them for specific needles for different fabric types, and I use them until they break, which, depending on what we're sewing, is almost never or very frequently without much of an in-between. All right. Oh, okay, so let me set this beauty to the side. Oh, you can't. I'm in the way. Loki's under this little table right here. And I cut this in a all-in-one or minimal seam style. The arms are grow on. Hello, horror. Welcome, welcome. How have all your shows been going? You've been streaming a lot, just at hours that sometimes I'm still sleeping. But oh, the horror. So I am unpinning this because I had thought originally I was going to put French seams in, but I'm not. We're going to put in our seam line, and then we're going to use this overcaster tool. I tried it out last night because I was like, oh, and then I thought I broke it or didn't know how to put the foot on. I think one of the feet is broken. Something, well, we'll get there. So I'm just unpicking. Oh, can I find the top? Oh. Sleeve. And kind of like an 80s style like dress. I think I actually, now that I've cut this up and I'm holding up, this is very reminiscent of outfits that I wore when I was like 6. But they're comfortable, and I want new clothes, so I need to make some new clothes. I know, Dove, you are sorry that you're missing out on horror games. You'll try to make it up to you. They've not been at the time that they used to be. So, and get something more than a point on the board. I know, you're sucking. But Agent is just so talented with their knowledge base that I. How can you feel bad losing to that brain? So I am just unpicking because I need to flip the pins to the other side. Hopefully we don't get lost. Maybe I should stand and put this on the table, but what fun would that be? Okay, here, because I needed to put a little pleat. Where's... What potato? Agent is a... I don't know. But yeah, it's been a hot moment since we played with our attachments for the low shank machine. Oh, hot potatoes. And yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So I'm trying to find all the pins and I'm going to attempt to stop stabbing myself with them because we're supposed to be smiling and joyful and having fun, and stabbing oneself is none of the above generally. There we go. Okay. Just carefully. One sleeve. Two sleeves. This is inside out. Going to repin, stitch, and then we're going to overlock. I had put on earlier one of my earlier corsets. Oh, we sewed that one on Brynhild. That was a couple years ago now. But in the attempt of nourishment, I managed to spill ramen broth on myself, so silk corset got a rinse in cold water and hang to dry. There was no other way to do that. No pattern used for the drafting of this garment, just some measurements, measuring tape, rulers, cutting tools, and a fair dash of Phoenix hopes for the best. What's funny is that I had cutting anxiety where you're like, I know what I'm going to do, and I spent only a whopping $2.50 on the material, so it is pretty, but the price was right. I was like, why am I afraid of ruining this fabric? It's fine. It's just material. I have other fabrics. Right, but regardless, I am taking the time to pin. Once we plow through this, I also have that mock-up for another top to transfer pen mark notations onto the fabric, and I think I'm going to hand baste it together, try it on, and see if I need to make any subsequent. And that's the armpit, and that's a recurve for the waist. So I'm just gonna match up the waist because it's a little bit. You can tell by the shaping. And that's where I need to gather up. Do I want to add the stuff into the side, or do I want to just keep it flat? So right now it's got this triangle shape. I think it's going to be squidgy enough. I don't need to add those extra panels, and I think if I did, it would be a huge pain in the fanny because they're not cut at the, it's not cut at a perfect triangle. It's rounded at the end that needs to be inserted at the waist, and I I don't, I'm just not, I changed my mind. I simply changed my mind, which makes this, the sewing of this very straightforward, as in two seams, the right and the left, under the arm, close down the side, and that's it. Then we can practice the overlocker. Actually, what I could do if I was feeling super fancy is we could cut 15/16 inch strips from the extra fabric and use our bias binding foot to attach homemade bias binding to make it extra fancy. And we haven't tried that with, I haven't tried that with stretchy material. You know what? Let's try something new, because if we are not learning and growing, what are we even doing? Though I do have to say, it was a tad bit depressing when I looked at my watch hours from like, but then I was like, oh, right. There was a time where the room you were streaming in shit ate all of your internet, so you didn't stream very much. But we're back, and I'm dropping pins. Oh, that hurt me. Oh, hey, Loki. No. Hey, Loki, are you ready for your snackies before we start sewing? Do you want to do tricks for treats? Want tricks for treats? Okay. Should we wait? Are you ready? Okay. Oh, I know you're ready. All right, come on. Trouble, trouble. Oh, Dove, you're going to have to feed these cats some treats. In other words, they're clamoring to go out and run around outside. Yeah. Oh, good job, Loki. Do you want some snackies for you, Fruipers? Okay, you boys, keep on your marks. There's your Doritos. Okay, should we do our trick? Come on. Come on. Can we do... Come on. Come on. You know your trick. Come on. I know I'm giving you mixed messages. Come on. Good job. Oh, the smartest cat I know. And you're just gruesome. Good job, Loki. Good job, little man. Are you done, Loki? Ow, come on. Come on. So smart. So talented my boys are. All right. One more for being cute. Oh, thanks for the muffin. Thank you for the muffin. One more for you, and we've had snacks. All right. Snack time's over, boys and girls. Folks and... No, there's no fleas. No fleas. Okay. Okay, I've lost my seat now. But we don't need sit to pin. Don't be trouble. Oh, and he's trouble. All right. Where are we? Readjusting the schmatos. Yikes. I might. Maybe I'm just going to pin one side, stitch it, pin the other side, stitch it. And I did say I put on the ballpoint needle, which is the preferred needle for stretchy materials. Where's my screw? Where's my screw that holds my feet on? Oh, there. Okay. Oh. No, you're not the screw. You're not the screw I'm looking for. Did he put... Okay, well, let's see in this box of treasures. That looks like the one I'm looking for. You're acting like the one I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, so the tool looks like this. And you slide this little spoon over the side. And the fabric goes through and it catches it and it just attaches the ends together. Bar of fancy. Okay, again, I'm going to put you over there because you're not the most rare attachment, but for some reason, I guess folks have just, for the most part, transitioned to overlocker machines or zigzags, and nobody is foolish enough to sew modern four-way stretch on a Singer 27 vertical shuttle machine. Well, that was part of the problem. I still had a pin. Okay. And if I probably would, there's enough material, I think, regardless of the fabric type, I would pin and not just go through and seam it together. There's just a lot, but especially if if stuff is squidgy and wants to slip around, take the time to pin. If you're really not secure, once you pin, thread a needle, a hand needle, and with really big stitches, stitch through. Actually, we're going to do that. So let me finish one project and one set of techniques, and then we'll do something completely different for the next trial. And let's see here. What else can I prattle on about? There's the underarm. Okay. So I'm just matching up where the slightly more noticeable curves are underneath the arm and at the waist where it flares out. This is definitely going to look like a T and not a perfect circle. I thought about when I had contemplating adding the inserts, it would have added an extra flare, but whatever. So it's like a little tunic top that'll be great with leggings for summer workwear. Because, oh, hello, William. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on Saturday. It was spectacular. It is going. Did you watch the Met Gala? Did you roast the Met Gala? I have done neither. So, seems per usual, some folks read the brief and understood, and others just were like, yeah, I'm going to wear what I want. Ah, you just got back from the local dispensary. Have you been to any of these new, are there around you any of these establishments where you can go have a meal and enjoy the lettuce all at the same time? Because that makes me get like, you can't have tobacco indoors in California, but at certain places you can have the marijuana. I don't get it, but there's a lot I don't understand. Ooh, ow! I'm pricking myself. All right. I need to just hurry up and pin so we can unpin and try this overcasting tool because I'm super excited about it. And then I forgot what to say. Oh, you've seen a few looks. Okay. Yeah, I saw the ladies in the white pantsuits. I've seen a couple things, but as much as I'm curious about what they're wearing, I also don't know and or really care about these people. So I'm like, nah. Oh, you have not found any of those cafes, but it does sound interesting. Yeah, I don't know where they are. I just know California be weirding, but California is always weirding. Okay, I forgot. I don't need to yell into my microphone. Okay. Oh. Oh, people smoke everywhere here, so a coffee pot shop would be nice. That's what it sounds like. The, yeah. Strange times. Strange times. All right. I have enough of this pinned. Let's start assembling. And if I change my mind and don't feel like challenging myself to adding the bias tape finish, this material isn't going to unravel. And I'm going to, so it doesn't matter. Though we might end up putting a rolled hem at the bottom. We'll see. Okay. Oh. Just want to make sure that we're not pulling too much. Oh, ha 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 ha. Phoenix, did you check to make sure the machine was threaded? Why would I make sure that all my tools were in working order before I started? There we go. We'll just snip the tip on that. Oh man, oh man. I forgot what I was going to say. I don't know. Well, I guess I can't talk and try to thread the needle at the same time. Oh, close your mouth. Oh my god, I've even got my glasses. Where's my... I don't know how to thread. I can't see. There we go. Oh. No, I do not need stronger reading glasses. The thread was just chunky and didn't want to fit through the eye of the needle nicely. All right, take two. I know I pinned this together, tried it on, and I was like, I don't really have a lot of seam allowance when I was thinking about doing the French seams. But then I was like, do we have a tool that does an overlock stitch? And lo and behold, now my bobbin is not attached. What the? Okay, sewing take 3. Where are you stuck? Okay, my bobbin is not nice. Let's see here. William. I agree with you about the Met Gala. I had no idea who the people were, but some of the outfits were amazing. That's usually how it is. Yeah. Indeed. Oh, that's right. And then there's that, like, oh, yay, Rihanna's having a baby again. Number 3, and I forgot what else. I didn't see enough of the looks to make a super awesome, to make smart sounding words. Okay, all right. I lost my place momentarily. And I don't know. Do you do this too with stretchy fabric? Well, try not to start right at the very edge of when I'm stitching, and leave a good extra bit before I go to do my back stitch, because sometimes it pulls and makes it wonky. Okay. Can you move back here, like... Oh. Roly poly. Alright, I guess I'll need to retie my mic in place. Re-tauten the cords. Okay. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Oh Jesus. I've got movie intro songs. Alright. The brain holes have been weird with the ear holes today. Alright. Do we know what sewing is? Okay. Why is that like this? Okay, my runs like a stretchy. Yeah, that's kind of too much tautness. Alright, let's try that again, because my tension. I have. Okay, we're just knocking the whole house down. Things were like too taut and pulling and not. There is a different pleasure to sewing with a woven versus a 4-way stretch, or stretch in general. I'm really trying not to pull anywhere and just say, like, feed dogs. Feed. Okay. Yeah, I've got most of the weight of the fabric next to me so that nothing's hanging, because we would just pull things out of shape and make them droopy and not nice. Okay, Phoenix, why are your hands shaking? Jesus. Virgin muffin crepes. Okay, I'm just like gently massaging everything back out so that nothing gets squinched up. That's not nice. I narrowed it. I made it a little bit wider up at the forearm section where my gigantical biceps live, and more narrow at the wrist. Because my wrist ain't as big as my giant biceps. God, this fit. This too tight. Everything's too tight. We're not running smoothly. That's better. Alright, I guess I'm so used to. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna sew some straight seams and then we're gonna play with this attachment. It's so weird. This fabric is not. I'm glad I just opted against making the design of this skirt section more complicated because why? Stop being Pucker Mountain. Where are we stuck? Okay, you're stuck there too. Let's get off of Pucker Mountain. Oh, everything just wants to like squinch tightly, and I'm trying to tell it no. Alright, am I just gonna say screw the pins and just hope for the best? We're getting there, kids. We are getting there. Why are you pulling that nicely? Okay. I think we're done troubleshooting the machine for like 2 minutes, so we'll see. It's not the bobbin thread, okay. Well, let's just massage our seam down. So there's... Okay. Take 2. This little stitch of mine, it's gonna be real fine. This little stitch of mine, it's gonna be real fine. Okay. Carry on your stitching. Oh wow, I am sorry for the horror that should be nice. You guys take time out of your day to come listen to this disaster. I don't need to offend anyone's ear holes even worse than I already may be. Okay, well, that's less terrible. I'm just trying to drive incredibly slowly because for some reason this fabric is deciding to just play var sensitive. So we'll just meet it where it's at. We're not in a rush. It's almost like something and the timing of my stitches is off and it wants to not catch, but as we know, everything with this machine is I'm flubbing up somewhere. Okay, I'm just gently massaging things. Just gently easing it down the line. Oh my gosh, I saw blueberry flowers and I got little blueberries outside and strawberry plants, and there is a volunteer rose in my blueberry bed, which is funny because they're the same family, but not ideal because it is one of the English climbing rose varieties, and I don't need that entire bed taken over with. So I'm going to move it. Oh, William, we're working on a short because you've been sewing your arse off lately. Yes, you have been. How's your voice holding up streaming as much as you do? Okay. Oh, you can't even really say what it is, but you started sewing like a Forrest Gump. Oh man, I know you are. It keeps us out of trouble, and I was thinking if I make friends with this overcaster, I have some more stretch velour that I think stretch velour leggings would be very fun to have again. Oh, your voice hates you, right? And it's like spring pollen allergy season, so if things weren't bad for one reason, they're like, "Mm." Yeah, I kind of felt it by the end of the show, the Sunday show. At the close of the Stitch and Bitch, I'm like, oh, 8 hours over 2 days was. I made it through. I made it. But, oh man, oh, excuse me. It's not. We are almost. What are you? I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna carry on my wayward stitches. I don't know whether I need to stitch slower or faster. I get used to doing one type of stitching in one style, and then like we go back to the satin stitches and the embroidery work, the fancy work, and like, how do I do this again? But we're almost done with Mr. Singer calling us inept in many different fashions. But, alright, I'm just gonna leak out the last of these pins. Oh, maybe I found at the Goodwill also two different styles of hem markers. So I went one day and found one that you need an assistant because it's just a measuring device on a stand. And then the next week I found one of the do-it-yourselfer ones that has the chalk poof where you stand next to it and it poofs at your hem. It's still in the bag. It's like $5. Like, oh, I've been like looking for hemming tools for quite some time and nothing. And then two different ones in 2 weeks. I was like, what the what? Okay, one stitch line down. Wow, there's something wrong with my bobbin. Are you pulling the right way? Oh my god, this hem looks disgusting. It's all, oh, gross. Alright, let me try to sew the other one. I don't think I see a future, or in a future of a few minutes from now, I'm gonna rip out that seam and redo it because it isn't doing anything. Oh, yeah, this is not amazing. Oh, it's so gross. Or you know what? I'm not gonna am I gonna flip it upside down? This is the wrong side. I'm just gonna drive over that stitch line. We're just gonna reinforce it, and then we're still gonna cover stitch it. And then if it's shitty twice, then and I flipped it over so I can see if both sides look terrible. Yeah, what the? Alright, let me grab a piece of tester fabric. Let's see why. Okay. Now we just lost our bobbin thread. Come out, wherever you are. Ouch, my bobbin case needs a polishing. Looks so tarnished because I keep touching it. Alright, take next. I wonder if there will ever be a day where I sit at this machine and I'm like, alright, we know how to do this. Because every day it always feels like the first time and I'm a complete dunce. Okay, well that did what it was supposed to. Alright, let's redo this. Just gonna stitch over it at some point the yucky stitch line is going to fall apart, and we'll deal with that when it happens. All right. Unless it's this material, we just had a good stitch line. Oh my gosh. Okay. No. Here I was thinking this was just going to be a super easy, fast project. Then we were going to do 2 straight lines of stitches, and then we were going to get to play with the overcaster, and it was going to be easy peasy and fun times, super straightforward. That has not been what we've been blessed with. All right, I'm just going to take this selvage edge, fold it over, and see if I can figure out why. Is it probably better practice to try stitching the material with the machine before you start the real project? Yeah. Too late for that. Hello, Allie. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are well. I am trying to do some trying to put in a straight seam so then we can play with the overlocker attachment. But I am... Oh, that's... I don't know what's going on today. Oh, William, every time I say something's easy, it usually takes forever, and I need therapies, right? Yeah, I thought just more straightforward. But it's like every... Oh, well, now you're not even in the right spot. This machine, she does not completely love 4-way knits. But unfortunately, we're going to have to learn to get along with them because sometimes I just sew 4-way knits. Alright, try this again, attempting... Okay. And what did I do? I like changed the tension. Is it? These stitches look good until they don't. Let me do another row because I don't like to figure out what I'm doing wrong so that the second side seam goes together much easier. And Phoenix, welcome, welcome. All right, I might give up on this project for a few minutes and hand sew some darts, because no, Phoenix, we can do this some days. This is why I forgot what I was trying to say. It's Wednesday, it's sunny. Day job was day job-y. Just need to... see, then it crunches up on itself. Okay. Oh, pooper duper. I know you hear a clunk and can't place where it could be, though. I'm gonna guess... Well, this is what my stitch line looks like on the wrong side. Here's the right side. So, like, something... Like, the bobbin is not catching her. I might have something sitting somewhere. Nothing wrong with taking a break. I usually run out of the room screaming. I'm not that frustrated. I'm more annoyed than frustrated. Mostly just because I really wanted to see how this machine, this fabric, and the overcaster attachment was going to go. But you know what I might do just to mix things up? No, we need to figure out how to draw a straight line before I put the overcaster attachment on, because can't do the straightforward stitching. Turn the lint brush under the thread tension spring on the shuttle. Okay. Okay. Let me just unwind. Is there thread stuck around that tension spring again? Okay, don't pop all the way out. Oh, that's the... Okay. Sorry, distracted by cars outside. I don't like them. Alright, I've brushed underneath there. I don't see anything. Let me just unscrew a little bit more. Okay. Alright, let's try tighten this back up and try again. Ooh, let me get under. Oh! Okay. Just... Oh. Oh, squeaky, sorry. I'm just gonna hold this down. Stay put, please. Maybe I'll do once I tauten this back up, we'll find some woven fabric scraps laying around. Then we'll go back to this stretchy stuff. Okay, don't stab the table. Oh, super exciting. Phoenix Titan screws. I can do it. I'm always so afraid of these little screws that something's going to happen to them. Thanks. Okay, tight, not too tight. Alright, let's not leave rushed. Let's see if we stitch. Why? I tried to hear that clunky sound. Alright, let's. Is my. Okay. Well, Phoenix, you are super awesomest at sewing. 1/4 inch feed dogs don't like stretch as much as 3/4 inch modern feed dogs. Yeah, that true, very true, Ellie. 100% true. Let me see if we can sew. All that clunk is amplified with the mic clamp on the table and why I can hear it better on this side. Oh, brilliant. Well, whatever helps us improve the audio so that you can better help us diagnose sewing problems. I'm just going to sacrifice a section of bias tape. Alright, can we sew a straight stitch on woven? Oh, then I just broke my thread. Did I over tighten my bobbin? What? Why does it seem like the needle wants to? Okay, so I don't hear it. No stitching, no clunkies. Maybe my grand plans for today are going to go out the window. Oh, I really thought this was going to be a quick, like, 2-seam overcast hem seams done. Phoenix has a new dress, and You got your camera able to load to your computer. So Davis vertical field pics and one video of the feed action is up on Flickr. Ooh la la. Oh, I'm so excited. Everybody copy and click that link. Oh my god. All right, Phoenix. Thread the needle and copy and click that link because oops, don't break my stuff. Oh, here, Phoenix. Why don't you be nice and don't throw the treadle out the window? No, I won't throw you out the window. I'm like, did I? Oh, let me try to just unscrew like a quarter of a knot. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. You should have 2 layers of plastic with oil in the middle, and that you did not. Okay, Ellie, I should have 2 layers of plastic with oil in the middle, and that feed will not slip sewing it. Okay, 2 layers. Oh, interesting. I need a. Where's less bad? What did I do? There's no gunk in the there. There's no gunk there. Oh, on the Davis, you mean? Okay, I was like, I'm confused, Allie. All right, let me do the screen share and we'll take a look at this. You're trying to confuse me. I was like, I don't know which piece of this you are speaking of. I am downright flabbergasted and confused. Oh, that's such an interesting foot. All right, let's play video. Oh, interesting. Huh. Oh, good. Yeah, it's something. Because I was worried. Because I was afraid. Yesterday, I had a moment when I was trying out the overcasting foot, and it was like there. But now it didn't. Something tried to like scrape along the feed dogs, and I was like, okay. We're kind of stitching. What? We'll just try this again. Oh man, here I was really hoping I was going to have a new schmata to wear to work tomorrow, but See, there, it did it again just now. And now we're stuck. Oh, there it was not good, because then I had thread around the tension disc. That was not helpful. Okay. Take 5,439 of Phoenix pretends she knows how to sew with sewing machines. Yeah, I wonder it's something how the thread is coming off the spool holder, and sometimes it's getting tight and jumping because it's also not, we're not in tension discs the right way. Wait. Alright. Take next. We do all sorts of crazy things. It's the simple things that really cause me the biggest clunkers again. Yeah, I know. I think something about the thread tension coming off the spool holder is partly an instigating factor. And I don't completely understand it. But then somehow I guess my bobbin. Yeah, where's my oil? Wash and repeat. Oh, do. Let's hear. This can be called getting used to a new attachment the old-fashioned way, right? I'm not even using the attachment. I'm just using this regular old presser foot. But it feels like the bobbin race is like really squidgy against the metal. So I want to. It's like kiss of lubrication right at the bobbin. Okay. Next. I know, I can't, I want nothing more than to finish off with this overcaster, but if I can't even do the old-fashioned stuff, then I can't. No, you don't get to play with the fun tools until you can get nice straight stitches with the bog standards. Okay, I added a touch of oil. Let me get a clean empty space. Okay, there's nothing touching. All right, I think if there's a problem, it's going to be somewhere here. See what happened just there. This happened to me all the time when I hit the bobbin not right, and I thought I fixed that. Take here and take fore and aft bobbin plates off, add a little dab of oil on your finger and smear that on the shuttle race. Okay. Fore off, aft. That one doesn't want to come off. Okay. There's an oil hole at the front under the bobbin cover. This one here. Let me zoom you in so you can make sure I'm in the right hole. Okay. Oops. Okay. I almost have a face still. Okay. There is an oil hole at the front under the bobbin cover, but it needs a felt or a wick in there to let the oil out slow. Okay, try from the underside. You can't miss the little oil hole. Okay, so I'm guessing that this right here is the only hole up front. Is there a wick in there? There's something in there. It's 3/8 of an inch, about 1/4 deep. I probably shouldn't be using my snips. Let's see here, 3/8. All right, 1/4 deep, and I'd go 3/8 wide, yes. I don't know if there's a wick in there. Oh, did I put oil in there, but not a wick? A felt. Okay, it's this aft bobbin plate, though. This does not. I don't think this has a wick in, but I think I tried to stick some oil in there. But okay, if it's not, something is a wick. Put a dab of oil in there and see if that helps. Okay. I was like, where's my cording that I can like cut a piece off? All right, oil. 1 drop. Okay, 1 drop. Oh, don't hold it. Okay. Let's undo this. Okay. Trim off the. Right, I'll just use this like trash as my like. Oh, I guess I could. Oh, who needs my face? It's the machine that's the pretty part around here. Okay, that's advancing. We're in the right spots. Yeah, I'm not sure how that back faceplate really does not want to slide off easily. I'm afraid of strong arming it into cracking. Some cones. Yeah, I feel like I've had that problem intermittently with this cone in particular, that finding the sweet spot where it unravels nicely versus where it gets like chunky is like, I think it's the spool. It's not me, it's the spool. All right, let's. And it just. Yeah, it's still Okay, you know what? for the giggles of it, let's put on a different spool of thread. We'll put on some. Oh, that's right. I was trying to wind my ends up so that they wouldn't get tangled in my pit of despair. All right, let's try this modern poly. And see, is it me? Is it the spool? I feel like every once in a while that gray spool we sew super well, and then it gets to a spot where it's like, yeah, see, that looks so gross. Okay, I'm gonna trim some of these hairs so that they're not getting caught up in the works. Glad I recall that I've had this issue before, right? The modern poly and stretch, just what the machine was not made for. No, I had poly in the bobbin, stretch material, and cotton as was the gray was cotton. Yeah, we're putting this girl through all the things. She's like, I didn't even know that these things would ever exist, let alone I would be forced into being subjected to them. Okay, now I don't even what? Where are you stuck now? That was differently horrible. Thanks, Allie. I really appreciate your vote of confidence in this disaster. Oh, well, we're at least gonna try and see what may come. If I don't try, then who will? Is it possible? You can sew through all of these amazing things, but is poly thread and four-way stretch where you're like, no, this is where I draw the line. But this is woven. This is not stretch. We're going back to trying to meet her where she's at. I don't want to do wovens yet. Oh, but is that? Okay, that's driving nicely. No, it's still chunking. That's actually even worse than it was before. I really did not want to spend the whole day troubleshooting the machine. It's been 90 minutes and all we have done was fight. Did I break something yesterday? And if I did, where... Okay. This back faceplate is not coming. Okay. Do I... What am I thinking is going to help improve me? Do you want to come this way? So, Allie, this is similar to in respect to watching a 90-year-old trying to use Alexa. the, I guess this is differently as horribly as and embarrassing because this is. Oh, don't worry about the back plate. Can't be what I was thinking. Okay, brilliant. Because there's something. We've had this problem before, but the previous times, what? I don't think I had the bobbin running correctly, but that's not the issue right now. Change spools, unless... Let me just try the last of this brown spool that's like on... Because sometimes I feel like I don't know how to use my spool holder, and she just causes me trouble. Like, alright, antique cotton. Vintage cotton? I don't know. Whatever. Oh, this is some chunky shit. Well, she sewed yesterday. I played a little bit. I tried the foot. Something... Did I misalign something? Something didn't... It's like rubbing. But that was on the feed dogs. But is it... Did I fuck up the feed dogs? And we're completely snarled. Let's see. Is the needle set and the top tension discs may have a fluff ball in there. I liked in the better. Maybe. Okay, let me... Okay, let me just make sure. Have I not had the bobbin in the right... And it could be all of the above. Yeah, I'm sure this is like torturesome to folks who are like, but it's you do it that way, Phoenix. Why are you doing it the silly way? Right, I got oil all over my fingers now. Okay. Alright, let me try one last time and then we'll continue on mission fluff, defluff and stuff. Okay. No. Okay. No, not improved. Okay. Yeah. It's like wrapping my... Oh, well, okay. You know what? Also, I think part of it, I think I need to tighten the screw on the bobbin a little bit because I've just removed thread from the little screw. So stop catching my thread. Let me see. All right. Oops. Oh, it's still sticking up. All right, let me try to get this a little screwy in enough that it's at least more sitting flush with the bobbin race. There. I know this machine just wants to sew beautiful silk with silk thread. Here we are torturing her. Mr. Singer would be less than pleased with us, but he's dead. Yep. Okay. All right, now that we're not going to get stuck on the bobbin screw, we're going to go one more time. Then we're going to see how is the needle set. Okay, flat side to back of machine, taut. All right, last piece, if we need it, is this tension disc, which always terrifies me. Okay, take a sip of tea, deep breaths, big smiles, fingers and toes crossed. Okay. Are we gonna do it? No, it didn't sound gross, but it looks a disaster. The top side doesn't look. Here's the top. There's the bobbin side. All right, tension discs. I'm gonna unscrew you a little bit. Ooh. Oh, would it be easier if I took a little piece of just take some plastic? Because this is where I could have used my crystal thread to just. Oh, that's too fat. Oh, I guess if I had my nozzle on my compressed air, that. Phoenix, what did you do to your machine? Oh, it's been a little while since we've had a good old. Oh, you know what? Let me put the not ballpoint needle on. All right, remember we're putting the general needle on. Okay. White thread that I have a lot of, even though the colored thread is easier to see. Okay, you're running smoothly. You're not in your slot. There you go. I guess I could have just put in a new bobbin, but this one's almost empty. I just wanted a new dress. Why couldn't I just make a new dress? I thought it was going to be straightforward. We were going to sew 2 side seams and an underarm seam. Then we were going to try out this awesome tool that nobody uses anymore. And it was going to be great. We're going to have the best show. The most sewingest of sewing shows. And instead we spend 2 hours troubleshooting. Okay, fingers crossed, lads and lasses. Okay, don't get too excited. Don't be clapping your hands and jumping out of your seats yet. Okay. I think we have a seam to. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to try to put the ballpoint needle on. Let's just try our other fabric. Just see before we do any other iterations. Is this completely the right needle? No. Have we been striking out? Yes. Hey, Kilroy! I know, isn't it fun? For a fun little summer schma to throw on with a pair of leggings. I think. Okay. Top, nice. Back, nice. Okay. I think that this camera angle is weirdly just not quite enough of my head. Okay, well, this is where we're at. I think I'm going to try to re-sew that disaster of a seam first, and then we'll sew the other one, am going to stitch it upside down so that wherever it's chunky and gross does not get caught up in the feed dogs. Okay. All right, we got Polly in the bobbin, Polly on the top thread, and four-way stretch on the Singer 27. Oh. All right. Don't hold your breath, folks, but it looks like a seam and not like a rat's nest on the other side of the fabric. Yeah, I got a yard and a half at the Goodwill a couple weeks ago for $2.50. I said, yes, please. I cannot believe that person is still 4 yards of green moire. Like, I had gotten that whole roll up and we sewed oodles of things with $100 for 4 yards. They are out of their marbles. Up there with the person who had a Singer, and I think they added too many zeros because the original listing, $2,000. I was like, you're kidding. Yeah, it seems look good. I think tightening up where I was too loose and we were getting stuck, and then I guess cleaning out in that tension disc, even though I didn't see anything. That thanks, Allie. Oh, I know, Killer. $25 a yard is more than I would ever pay for fabric. It would have to, yeah. Oh, hello, Trouble. Come on. I need a break. Oh, stop. I know, they were like, oh, vintage from the 70s. I'm like, I don't care. I got a whole bunch of that at the Goodwill on the roll still, more than 4 yards, and I think I paid $6. 1906 Singer. I think it might have been another like 27. I don't know. I was like, let me see if I can find that listing because it isn't. Let's see here. Little man, come. He's gonna want to try to eat the snacks. Oh. I don't know if it's still up there. I was trying to look before the show so that I could be like, oh my god. I don't think it's anything special. Or not $2,000 special. Oh, exactly, William. For $2,000, it better come with servants. Yeah, it better come with bobbins that never run out, and it always stays oiled. It never runs out of bobbin thread. Hey, Catbot. Catbot. All right. Thank you, Ellie. I'm so glad that we're like actually stitching with thread again finally. That was Oh, and there's a fly. So he's wanting himself a crispy creamy as a pre-dinner appetizer. Okay. I am kind of being a little scared now to try out the Overcaster foot, but it's going to be great. It's going to be fine. Sphinx is going to do it like a charm. And that attachment needs some updated content on it, since the one video I saw of it in use was like 3 minutes from this chap who was like, and I'm not really a sewer, so the stitches were a little funny, but they kind of looked as good as mine did. And so I think it might just be getting used to that attachment. I wonder if I have that, because I think one of the spoon pieces is either, no, I know I'm missing a spoon, because I have one of the fork sections without its corresponding attachment, and I wonder where that might be. Oh, let's see here. Like, come on, new to the center ring, the overseamer. Step right up, boys and girls, lads and lasses, gentlemen and germs. If you've not seen the one, the only, the little man, the tiger shithead himself, he's laying on the floor laughing at me. I'm being scorned upon. All right, come on. Your fans think that you should make it. Come on. Come on. Again, why am I hitting my knee in that drawer? Come on. Over. Oh, to the center stage. You've never used one yet. I took it out of the box and gave it like a quick gander to try to understand. And is there the manual for it on the ISMAC site? Because I emailed myself from one of the boards the patent for it, but little dickhead, he is, yeah. I had to do some stuff, and my emotional support cats, was that today? Yesterday. Oh my god. Little man was fighting with Loki. They were making me look bad. I'm like, you guys, we're trying to look professional. And they were just like going at it. It's making me so embarrassed. They're all little dickheads. Yeah, they are. It doesn't help as much as I try. I would love to be like the favorite human, but doesn't matter the animal, doesn't matter where or when, they always love Dove better. I always play second fiddle, maybe fifth fiddle, but what am I gonna do? I'm trying to add a little tension on the back so that, because it still wants to like crinkle up a little bit, but I don't want to pull it so hard that we break any threads, because we've had enough of trying to come undone. Yeah, only old videos, and I think I figured out how to do it because it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, surprisingly, a flip that I'm gonna go out on a limb probably deserves more love and attention than it gets. Between modern machines that have a zigzag attachment and sergers and cover stitch machines. But I think we're gonna do it. Okay. fingers crossed the next seam throws down much more straightforwardly than the first 2 hours of the show. What? We'll go from there. I was like so happy earlier. I got dressed. I finished off this other silk chemise. I put on the silk corset that we made on Brunhild a couple years ago. I was feeling great. Things were going good. Made myself a bowl of ramen. Spilled broth on my silk corset. So rinsed her in cold water and hung her to dry. I guess it's fortunate that we're blessed to have more silk that I can make another one, but I'm a little disappointed in myself. But I am prone to that problem. You make yourself something cute, everything's going great, you wear it the first time, and then I spill coffee on myself, or it's like tomato soup or whatever. Can't keep my stuff nice. And I try so hard. Okay, we're being less troublesome now, which is brilliant. All right. Ooh, platforms are almost tied. I know we're pitting the platforms against each other. Rumble versus the tubes. Who's going to have the most thumbs up? Who is going to get me? Who's going to get the circus to 1,000 subscribers fast? We're just going to forget that we don't even have 500 and just go for the 1,000. Yes. Yes, I am. Is it a crazy goal? Probably. But what do we have if we don't have big goals? Things to work towards, because keeps me busy. Let's see here. Allie goes to show you do not eat without getting dressed correctly. Right, I should have put an apron on. Like, don't eat melted cheese with no shirts. Oh my, oh, that made parts of me feel very tender and uncomfortable. Yeah, don't deep fry in shorts or a short skirt. Yikes. Yes. No, no string bikini frying. Okay. There's still some bobbles, but it will be fine. We don't know what's going on with the hem. We'll deal with that later. Okay, second seam, and then the reason I need to update the title for searchability. Ow, that was my finger underneath the presser foot. Yikes, what else? Yeah, right. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Kilroy, don't fry ground beef with no shirt on, or shorts or skirts that hit at mid-thigh. Just trust you on that one, Kilroy. All right, done. I will make sure I always wear my apron. That actually keeps the corset in good shape. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I was so mad at myself, but I didn't put my apron on. I wasn't fully dressed, trying to eat some food. It was all my fault, but I was like, I'll just rinse it under cold water, hang it to dry, and it will be fine. I know, because then it got me thinking. I was like, what's with the different... Oh, I know. Because that one, it sits kind of low at the front. And you're right, Allie. I don't know, with that like elongated front piece in that 1868, 1888 riding corset, I don't love something that long at the center front. So I don't know. I also taped together the pieces for the Aran overbust corset, and I'm gonna I think I'm still gonna redo another mock-up for that other riding corset, just because I'm... Even if I don't make a final copy that I like, I'd like to at least try to get the fit better for some reason. I know, Allie, completely so I don't know. Mr. Singer would probably not even acknowledge our presence. I think he would just hang his head and shake and just try to walk swiftly by. Though I guess it might also be possible that he's too excited walking past thinking about his current lady love that we might not even get noticed. Because I'm sure he's wanting to inspect the laying down of stitches, but not like we're doing. Oh, Mr. Singer, Mr. Singer. I think the way Mr. Singer's so mean to us is one of the reasons why Dev was like, Phoenix, you should really not talk so poorly about yourself when you're streaming. I'm like, but I don't know if it's possible not to. And it's easier for my brain to know I can always do a little bit better than to be like, you know what? Just because I might be one of like 5 million in the whole world who does something doesn't mean I'm actually really good at it. So, just trying to be better. Oh, Al, you can't remember the fit for the bottom of that riding corset offhand. I know I've been in discussion on it though. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up the picture for it. Oh, Killer Ray, who cares what Mr. Singer thinks? He's dead. Yes, I think I said that earlier. I was like, who cares? He's dead. Let's see here. Google Drive, Google. Let's see here. Dahlia. Okay, let me go here. Screen share. Yeah, so here's that one. I think it's gonna feel really like pointy towards the front belly crotch section, and I like feeling firm in that belly section, but I also like being able to bend forward without being stabbed in the guts. But if I use the sprung steel boning, it's going to have more movability, so it's not going to behave like that other one does, because that one has the flat steel boning in it. So we'll see. I don't know yet. I haven't made any decisions. First I have to decide if I'm going to mock it up again, because it was too big, or if I'm just going to Oh, I hear myself on the other device. Where's that voice from? Hello, God. It's me, Margaret. Oh, that was oh, Judy Bloom. Yeah, so I printed off and taped together the Aaron Overbust just to mock that one up and try to, because I don't know which one yeah, that's what I agree. I'm going to just completely, because I wonder, as I stitched it in, I wonder if and then foolish me, I think I threw out my original tracing, so I'm gonna just recopy it, and I think I suspect that I may have added like 1.5 mm to each piece when I cut it. Put a slightly shorter closure. That is a good idea. I think the closures I have, those white busks, are shorter than that. Plus, I've got super short. Yeah, that is a notion. I'm trying to use up the busks I have. Ordering busks from Amazon online is kind of inconsistent, or I'm not reading the product descriptions closely enough. But yeah, maybe that'll be for Sunday. I haven't gotten to the handbag. All right, Phoenix, just one. You can only have one garment on the machine at a time. So it's okay. I think busks are probably a length that I'm not going to hate. I think it's just looking at it. And if I use this, make it to completion, I'll use this. I want to try the sprung steel boning in the external boning channels. I might just make it to completion just for the exercise of it. Because I really wanted to see how those sprung steels move. Because we haven't tried them yet now that we finally figured out how to cut them. Holy moly. That was a thing. Okay. Coming down. Oh, I can see it so close. All right, Overcaster Foot, your time is drawing nigh. Could be it just needs to be formed better. Yes, that is also a truthful statement. I know, because you've got me thinking about the bracers deformant. It's like so many steps because you need the wood person or the section where you soak the wooden molds probably to make them pliable. Then we going to add heat and pressure to bend and keep them like steam formed? Right, maybe I will have to get my steamer out and play with steaming metal bones to shape, because they just need to get hot to be pliable a little bit. The plastic ones, you wear them long enough and they just will bend into place. Freya Froofers, was that you yelling that loudly? She's like, I would like my dinner, please. Woman, come feed me now. It is off the screen. Alright. The tub of cat snacks doesn't need to be shit next to me. Alright, is Loki gonna do his... Oh, we can't really see. I'm in the way. Loki, do your tricks. Through the legs. One more, do it. Oh, you're so good. So handsome. Who's the smartest cat of them all? It's Loki. It's Loki. He does tricks for treats. It's Loki. He's Loki, a scaredy cat. And a very, very sensitive artist. Loki is sensitive. Ah, King Missile. Allie, or even round wood blocks on a steam press. That is super fancy tools I don't have. Because I was like stewing about it and then thinking about when we used to make grapevine wreaths. Oh, did I run out of bobbin right at the Phoenix? We were doing so much better. Until we weren't. Where did we run out of bobbin thread? No. Okay. He is a very good kitty. I taught him that trick. He knows. He's got to do it for his food. Good job. Oh, food dinner was that good? You're done already? You just licking your chops done? He's like just sitting just inside his crate. There's your ears. There's your ears. You're going to check out your brother's bowl and see if he left you any leftovers? I don't think so if you finished that fast. I'm pretty sure he didn't save a scrap for you. Oh, he's just like sneaking around. Oh, we lost at Bob and Chicken. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. You're so gross. So many games. Sewing is a lot like game playing. We've got needle break counter, bobbin chicken, bloodletting. Okay, let's get these like last 8 inches and then on to the main event. I'm so curious as to how this fabric is gonna, how this is all gonna play together. We'll find out pretty soon here. Nope, just drive in the forward direction, please. We don't drive backwards rounds here. But if this works, then my brain is like, if it's super fine materials, we can flatline with the overcaster attachment. I'm gonna forget that I almost drove off the edge of that piece of fabric. Okay, come on. Phoenix, do you know how to sew a seam? It's these pins. They're in the wrong spot. It's not me. I'm always great. Oh my gosh, I did find Nomex for a reasonable price per yard, except that they only sell it in 75-foot rolls. So it worked out to like $112 for 75 yards of Nomex. And I don't think I need 75 yards of it. But that would be a funny collection. We could do double circle skirts with ruffles, a couple of bodysuits, some separates. but I really don't need any fabric, but I really want to try sewing with Nomex. It's been on my bucket list of materials. All right, I have 2 seams. And maybe I will finish. It's got that like triangle shape, but all right. Should we get into the main event? The one, the only grist automatic overcaster style number 598, or is that how much it cost? $5.98. Originators of the world's finest sewing machine attachments. Made in America. Yes. Oh, you could do flame juggling with Dove. I need to first be able to juggle, but Dove just picks up balls and they just magically 3 balls, 4 balls, 5 balls. He can just juggle. I am still 3-ball flashing and an embarrassment to clowns everywhere. Oh, stomach, you can't grumble yet. Okay, the hammer. This is the heavy foot. I don't think I really need this attachment. And somewhere I have a spoon without its attacher piece. This should have something at that. So I get these spoons of, there's this blue silver disc. They just come off and then it just slides over the rivet. So then you feed the material through and then it just does a zigzaggy stitch along the edge of the fabric like an overlocker would. I don't need to be able to juggle anymore with Nomex. Fair, but I would much just as well have cute hula hoop tricks and to play with. I don't have a poi with Wix, but I do have my poi that could use some. I could use a little play around with some kerosene or white gas. Okay, so I'm just gonna screw that on. Make sure everything is. Okay, oh, I probably shouldn't futz around too much. Okay, and the one thing I did see that was super important was to make sure that my threads are pulled backwards. You could never figure out how to hula hoop. I can sometimes this hula hooping is size does matter. The kid size hula hoops that they have at like the Walmart and the dollar store are not typically, the diameter is too small for most adults, and adults probably need a larger diameter is way easier. And the weight of the hoop, if it's too little, if the weight is not heavy enough, you have to rotate so very quickly. Okay, we're in Phoenix. Gently takes the 2 sides of the fabric and feeds it through until we're underneath the needle. Kind of like with the other. Dirty. How do I get dust down there? With the other decorative feet, you kind of gotta like massage it at the very beginning. Oh, that would harm your back now to hula. Oh. Are you back to treadling again? Or are you still out of commission? Okay, so I got it like sort of slotted through. I'm just pulling at the back end so that the needle's gonna catch. All right, let me get another sip of emotional support. Sparkling coconut water. Oh, this is making me anxious. Do I need to take off my house coat? Okay. All right. Oh no, Ellie, I'm spit. Oh, I there. Hopefully, it calms the fuck down, and you're not fighting against it. Oh, Ellie, clown and dinner show. Juggle frozen fish like trout until they're crispy golden brown. That is a funny idea for an act. Oh, Killer, never knew they made sparkling coconut water. I don't know if they do, but we get flat coconut water and put it in our soda siphon and make it at home so it becomes sparkling from a flat state. Oh no, Allie, really bad today. Actually gonna rain tomorrow. It acts up then. Oh, boo. There's those pains that are weather dependent are super frustrating because we can't control the weather. I know, you really like this glass mug, Killer. I think you mentioned it the last time. I do use glass mugs for things other than beer. Yeah, I have to use my beverages even if I gave up on beer. All right, let's overlock, overcast. This. Okay. I think. Okay, just making sure I've got the end of it. Thanks. Come on. Okay, so it just. I cut my thread. I was afraid I did that. Let me do that again because you can't. I didn't do enough stitches to show anything before I trimmed errantly. But it just moves back and forth and catches the edge of the fabric to do like a little zigzag on it. But I had got my top thread caught on the little arm, and if I didn't remove it, we're gonna get other problems. Okay, take two. Ah, that should be better. I've got more of a Oh, hello, Trouble. Oh, you're still hunting those flies. You get those flies into your face. You tell them who's boss. Say, my mom doesn't like flies in her living room. Oh, maybe. Okay. Alright, Phoenix, just shush up and try to sew this and see if we can. No, just drive the other way. Oh, that's funny. It actually does sew over that little foot, so it like holds everything up. Sews over that little arm in the back, and you can see. Okay, let me get a couple more stitches in. Oh, awesome. This, yes, I think another attachment that needs more love than it gets. Hey, stop coughing over there. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm stitching with sewer face with my mouth hanging open. Oh gosh. Don't do that, Phoenix. We've got whole lectures about not using that face. Oh, so you can start to see at the end here that we've stitched, there is just these beautiful, like almost like blanket-like stitches holding the two layers of fabric together at the seams so that there's going to be no tear. Oh my god. The lazy person's serger. You're not lazy. I mean, I'm working kind of hard to make this all work, but. Oh, see, but they're now. I'm not careful, then the attachment starts to run too chunky over the feed dogs. Am I pulling too hard? The fabric is not. Okay, just trying to massage out in this underarm section where it somehow got a little chunky. Let me just skip that section. Oh, and I drew off the edge. What? Okay. We started off pretty good. Until did something wrong and everything came apart. Shouldn't there? Yeah, that. I was wondering that also. That. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, but it wouldn't feed with a cover, right? Because I do need it to feed, not like the other fancy stitches, but after a while, maybe it's the foot. I was moving it too much. It was rubbing. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Because I think I tried to stitch yesterday and I accidentally forgot to put the presser foot down. Because this is how I was worried that I broke something yesterday. I was like, was this foot like running along the feed dogs causing issues? So it worked until it didn't, but should we turn this out and I will slip this on? Hopefully we don't bust a seam. Oh, where's my other sleeve? Okay, there's one arm. I'm holding the same sleeve again. What did I do? There we go. Holy moly. Right, maybe yes. Okay, let me step. I guess I just need to stand up and zoom out the camera angle so we can see what this schmata looks like. Okay. Oh, front and back, exactly the same. I know. I don't mind that it's got the triangle tent bottoms. I think I might need to falling off the shoulders a little bit. But not terrible. I know, Killer, isn't it adorable? 4-waist stretch. A little off the shoulder. I think I cut the neck a little bit too big, so we've got this beautiful, like, off the shoulder look going on right now. I will later go back and figure out that presser foot. Maybe this is not the right material, and I should just whip it through the zigzag on my modern machine, because I am terrible with my serger, but sweet, I should take this off so I can wear this tomorrow for work. Fresh made clothes. Then we'll see how it washes, and then where there's holes, then I know I really need to patch it up there, but matches. I know it does. The bottom of my petticoat with my chemise. Oh, super fun. Yep. No sleeve set in. The sleeves I cut all in one piece. A little bit wider at the top, narrower at the cuff. I can shorten them a little bit. And then there was just the two side seams. I cut it all. It was super easy. It's harder to do the fit for an off the shoulder just in time for something. Right. I just like, oops. It wasn't an accident. I didn't cut the neck too big. I meant it to be an off the shoulder summer look. Because everywhere is like the air conditioners are so cold. I end up wearing long sleeves all year round or sweaters. Oh, I was worried that I was gonna like bust the seams. Ah, cute. So pleased. All right, maybe I'll do that hand based. We'll save that, or I'll do it. I need to get up. I did so much troubleshooting. It took a while before the sewing started, but thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ellie, for sharing your knowledge and helping me troubleshoot. Yeah, if anybody has a lead on a PDF manual for the automatic overcaster, that of all, I have the patent. I found the patent for it, but the instruction manual is doing a good job hiding. So, on that note, thank you, everybody. You've all been awesome. If you don't mind, like clickety clacketing and sharing around how if you had a good time. If you didn't have a good time, then you don't need to share. That's fine. Don't wait till tomorrow to be fabulous today, and don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. All right, you be awesome. I will be back at Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to make something great. We're going to get shamed by good old Mr. Singer, even though he's dead. All right, until then, I'm hitting the end show button. All right, bye.